Good evening, good evening. It is, what is it? Tuesday, the 19th of March. Yes, indeed. And you're watching Vaper Scene on Vapor Trails TV. Vaper Scene is proudly sponsored by Health eVape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid. Yes, indeed. He throws away the vapour. It is Tuesday the 19th of March. You're watching Vaper Scene on Vapor Trails TV. Hello, I'm Mark Green. As if you didn't know it already. But there you go. We have got, a fair bit coming up in the next 30 minutes. A little bit later on, but did you watch The Right Stuff on Channel 5? Interesting stuff. I'm sure that's having some conversation in chat, and will do tomorrow when it's covered in some more detail. But we're going to start this week with my latest Vapor Trail that I did at the end of last week. I took this with me, the eVic, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that a bit later on. But for now, let's go and see what I'm like in the car. And those of you who are observant will notice that between now and then I've had my hair cut. Oh dear. Anyway, here we go. See you in a minute.
Hello. As I've just said, it's me again on a little vapor trail, and I mentioned, as I did last week on my Facebook page, which is Mark Van Basten UK. There's also the Vapor Trail TV Facebook page, and other Facebook pages are available. I mentioned that I was going up to Scotland, and I was going to be using my eVic that I got last week, and today I'm using this, which is another healthy vape liquid that Callan sent me, who is, as you know, my show sponsor, so thank you, Callan. And it's similar to last week. Last week it was a caramel vanilla macchiato, 18mg 70-30 PG, and this is the same. It's 70-30 PG, and it's 18mg strength, and it's vanilla ice cream. And I've been vaping on it for 2 or 3 days now, on the Dual Coil iClear Clearomiser. I called that cartonizer last week for some reason, but it is in fact a Clearomiser. Once I'd finished the caramel vanilla macchiato, giving it a clean out. It seems to be performing okay now, as I said on Tuesday night. I think it just took a bit of time to bed in, to be fair. The vanilla ice cream, like I said, I've been vaping on it for a couple of days. And today I've got it on my eVic, and the eVic, I've got the Siam Mods tube, which comes with the little, there you go, the little smiley face at the bottom. And the smiley face does a couple of things really. It's there for aesthetic purposes, it's a nice little smiley face, but it also acts as quite a good battery vent, because it's a lot of hole there in the metal, so if your battery does have an issue, it'll vent out of the smiley face. So there you go. I'm not quite sure if anyone in the UK is selling the Siam Mods tubes. I had to get mine from Pink Mule, and they're in Spain, but I must say it took 3 days I think from ordering to getting them, and that just came in normal post. So quite impressed with that really. I think we forget that it's not too far for Europe, but it is for China in America. But having said that, I've had a delivery from China leave on a Friday and get to me on a Tuesday, so that happens as well. But as usual, I digress. What's the juice like, I hear you say? Well, here we go. I tell you, it's not unlike vanilla ice cream. It really isn't. You get this really nice vanilla as you inhale, and that stays with you even after you've exhaled your vapor. It's very tasty, I have to say. And again, because this is more PG than VG, I do find I'm getting a little more thirsty than usual. Because, as again you know, I don't really vape a lot of PG juice. But I won't tell you then. Quite nice actually. I wouldn't say it's an all-day vape because, again, as you know, I get bored quite easily, and I like to have a couple of different flavours going around. So I've got on this one, I've got the Kanga on the MVP with which is leaked with caramel, not caramel, with caramel latte, strangely enough, which is a XO juice. But this healthy vape vanilla is nice. Yeah, tasty. The eVic I'm quite impressed with, I have to say. It's doing a weird thing. It's turning off when I don't think it should turn off. So I don't know whether that is an issue, firmware issue or a hardware issue at the moment. I've got it on the 1.2 firmware, and I've got the NVR, my Vaper record software on Windows 7, which is the beta. It's a beta version, which is not terribly robust, I have to say, because I found, and I won't go into all the settings and things because both the Daves have looked at the settings and the MVR software, so I don't want to repeat that. But when I exit the screen and then start it up again, it doesn't seem to like this. It says it can't find it. So I don't know whether this is at fault or whether Windows is playing silly persons with the USB ports, as it sometimes does. But then if I reinstall the software, it comes back up. So it's a bit weird. I'll have to look into that a bit further. I've got it set at the moment at 8.5 watts, which seems to produce a really lovely full chewy vape, and that doesn't matter whether I've got this on or whether I've got the Kanga on. I've just bought a new Arga T2, well actually I've got an Arga T Plus, which is the same thing, and then I've got a spare Pyrex tank, so I'll be taking that up to the NEES Meet this weekend because Kat has very kindly said that she will give me some expert tuition on getting a coil right, because I can build coils no problem, but for some reason I can't seem to get a decent one going on my Arga T. And I've got the other Arga T, which has got the screw top, which I do like. It's quite good. I just thought I'd get the new one as well with the Pyrex tank, so I can vape on the banned juices, the ones that you can't use in the polycarbonate. So yes, the NEES Meet is this Saturday, so you will hopefully be seeing a little bit of footage from that during the show. But yeah, this juice, it's nice. I like it. I do like it. And the same with the caramel vanilla macchiato. I probably wouldn't vape on both of them in the same day, because there are similar tastes. It's almost if the vanilla ice cream is the same as the caramel vanilla macchiato without the caramel and the coffee in there. But I have to say, on the way up yesterday I had my obligatory 4-shot venti latte from the services that I normally stop at, and that goes really well with this. Drink that, vape on that. But appetizer, no, don't do it. For some reason it just really changes your taste. And that might be because obviously it's more acidic, and that probably changes very slightly the taste of the vape. But yeah, that and chocolate, I found that eating if you eat chocolate, not that I'm eating a lot of chocolate these days, I'm trying to give it up. But if you vape after chocolate, I found it's a bit weird as well. Beer's good though. Vaping and beer, yeah, that's lovely.
Yes, indeed, vape and beer is very good. I can definitely testify to that. The weird thing was that I drove up on the Wednesday and it was a gorgeous day. It was blue skies, it was lovely. I had my sunglasses on. Every time I tried to record anything, the sunlight just mucked up my shot. So I did that on the Thursday, and on the Thursday it pelted down all the way, and I got to Cumbria and it snowed. So what a difference a day makes. Very strange. But yes, I was talking at the weekend at the NEES Meet about the fact that my eVic kept turning itself off, and I couldn't fathom out why. And then we actually fathomed out why. It's because when I put it down, I was putting it down a little bit too heavy-handed, really, and the battery was kind of bouncing in the tube, thus taking the connection off, and then you have to restart it. And I tried it with the original tube. I borrowed Daz's, and it did the same thing. So in here now I've got one of those little small batteries that I scrounged off Mr. Jones. Thank you, Mr. Jones. And that helps it. But if you put it down too heavy, basically the battery bounces, it turns off. And I'm not the only one having the same issue with the My Vaper Record software. If you exit the screen as opposed to close it down, it then recognises it when you plug it back in again. But there you go. So yes, so I'm liking the eVic. It's a lovely device, and as you can see, I've got the RKT 2 on there at the moment. And Mr. Dorn got there before Cat did on Saturday, and showed me a good way of rewicking this, recoiling it. So you'll see that in part 2. But now it's time for Show Us Yours.
And now it's time for Show Us Yours, sponsored by Flavour Art UK. Show Us Yours. Sponsored by Flavour Art UK.
And this week's winner, it is Richard Bracegirdle. And Richard sent in these 2 photos a few weeks ago, and tonight you have won, dear sir. So I shall be in contact with you after the show, and I will tell you how you get your juice. And if you would like to win some juice, you know what to do. Send me an email, vaperscene@vaportrails.tv. Get it to me by 12 PM on a Tuesday, and you'll see your photo on that night's show. And you never know, I might pull you out of the bag and you might win a bottle of juice. So, cut there. There we go. We're going to go into the ads, and then after the ads we're going to come back and look at some shenanigans from the NEES Meet. See you in 2.
Vapor Scene is proudly sponsored by Health eVape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.
iVaper and iVaper Elixir, based in Yorkshire, for your e-cig needs. That's iVaper.co.uk and iVaper-elixir.co.uk. iVaper and iVaper-elixir.co.uk, proud sponsors of vaportrails.tv.
And now it's back to Vapor Scene on Vapor Trails TV. Vapor Scene is proudly sponsored by Health eVape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.
Yes, it is part 2, and very shortly we're going to go back into the car, back driving again, up to the northeast, because last Saturday it was indeed the NEES Meet, and there was also a meet up in Edinburgh. So it'd be nice to find out, guys, how that went. You can send us an email, vaperscene@vaportrails.tv, and let us know how that went. But let us go up and see what happened. Double speed.
I'm on my way to the northeast. I'm going to the South Shields. I'm going to the Sundial, not the Rattler. I'm going to the Sundial for the NEES Meet, because today is the 16th of March 2013. So it should be good. I'm looking forward to it quite a lot. I've got the Arga T with the Pyrex tank. I've also got some wire and some pre-oxidised wicks. I'll be there in about an hour and a half. Starts at 12, I'll be there about 12:30. And this is what we got up to.
So now, make sure this is tight. And that should just slide in. And it'll now generate a hotspot. But you just pulse it. And can you see how the hotspot's moving down the wire?
I can. Let's give it a zoom, Dave.
There we go. Even burn. All the way around.
Indeed.
So no hot spots. Even burn. So now I'm going to gob a juice on. No hot spots.
Now, which of my wires did you use?
212.
And you just wrapped it first.
Then take the wick out.
Yeah.
Then pulse it. A little bit of juice to burn it. Put the wick back in. Pulse it again. And then you've got to keep that wick narrow.
Yeah.
And that should now.
Stayed on this time.
Mouthpiece. Put mouthpiece on it.
I find a lot of customers like
Mr. David Dorn.
prices in euros and then go, bloody hell is it? No, euros. It's about 2/3 of that. I mean, basically the sooner the better we get that disposable sorted out.
Nothing wrong with that. It's 6.5 watts. You know how to suck it properly.
You're obviously better at sucking than I am, though.
Daz has been teaching us.
It's still saving people a lot more money than just buying the big test.
They are.
Yes, I would do that.
That's not to mention the fact that we can get all these you're not just
I'm
limited.
simply impressed.
You're not just limited to tobacco, menthol. That's
No need to heat the wick.
Yeah. See you, man. There you go. Yes.
Something on Saturday, though. Nice young'un.
just got a message on our Skype chat, and it's from the NEES Meet. So, hello if you're watching at the NEES Meet. Wish I could be there.
That was indeed the end. It was a really good day, and it was quite funny at the end, as you saw there. We were all watching Sutton on Saturday on various devices. Some on 3G, some on Wi-Fi, some on Android that were getting it quicker than the people on iOS, and it was kind of different sounds and different pictures all over the place. But it was quite funny. And then Andy got to find out that we were there, so he mentioned it. So I thought I'd just put that bit in at the end. But it was a cracking day, looking at lots of different bits of kit. As you saw there, Dave got there before Kat did and showed me how to put a wick on this. And unfortunately my close epicam has gone a bit skew wick tonight, so I can't show you. But you built the coil, and the wick itself, stainless steel mesh wick, was unburnt. So it's one that hadn't been flamed, and it's now turned a nice colour. And that's generally because I've been vaping on it pretty much constantly since Saturday. And he put some, I can't remember what juice it was, but it was 36 milligram, and I've polished that off. And I've got through another tank full of my own version of Fire and Ice. And I have to say, this is absolute rubbish compared to Sav's and Mark's that I tasted on Saturday, which is absolutely lush stuff, I have to say. So I must get some cinnamon red hots flavouring when Lisa's back up and running, and make some of that, because it was unbelievably tasty. And even Mr. Dorn had some, and I did have the video, but I thought, shall I put it up? No, I'm sure someone else will. But yes, he was vaping on menthol juice, everybody. Ooh, go figure that one out. But it was really good. So thank you to the guys for setting that up, and thanks for everyone who turned up. It was a really good day. And I stayed overnight and drove home on Sunday morning, rather than have to drive back home to South Yorkshire on the same day. I thought I might as well stay overnight and have some fun, which I did. So thank you to all concerned. It was a really good day. I'm looking forward to the next one, and I'm looking forward to more meets, including the old Vape Fest on the 17th of August. Oh yes, I can see threads all over the place. Book this hotel, not book that hotel. So I think pretty much everywhere is getting booked up, and people are going to be camping. But it's going to be a cracking time. Right, well, I've got about 10 seconds left, so thank you for tuning in tonight. Don't forget that Dave's on tomorrow on VT Talk, and he will be talking about the right stuff that was on Channel 5 earlier on today. And I must just mention that Buxton74 on UK Vapors is also known as Lee from Wiltshire. And he was pretty much the only person to get through on the phones, because it was a really, really short piece. If you haven't seen it, have a look on the old web. But Mr. Dorn has got it, and he will be showing you it tomorrow and commenting thereon. He's also back on Thursday with the Haze Hour, and he's back on Saturday with Sutton on Saturday, strangely enough. Mr. Kitson's back with Dave's Tackle Box on Sunday. The boys are back on Monday with Tin Your Tip. I'm here next Tuesday, and until then, happy vaping. Peace out.
Vapor Scene is proudly sponsored by Health eVape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquid.